So, this is a cautionary tale of listening to women's horrible advice that they even themselves don't have a successful marriage, a successful relationship. Maybe they're still boyfriend and girlfriend giving you advice, but still, if your whole goal is to get married, why are you still listening to someone that's in a relationship, not even married yet? Like, and I was one of those that was starting to listen to my friends a little bit. Girl, go out, do the single life. I get there and I'm doing the single life. COVID hits and I'm like, oh no, this is absolutely horrible. Like, what are they talking about? That this is great. Like, I'm lonely. I'm in here with my sister and my dog and I'm still responsible for everything. I'm terrified. The world's about to end. Like, what? That's how I saw it. But today we're going to see how it all plays out by listening to these women that have no good advice whatsoever.
I just came to the realization that, like, if you're 40 years old, you're never gonna find love. Like, oh my God. Sorry, I woke up like really, really emotional because I was married for, oh my God, I need to stop. I was married for over 20 years and like,
Gosh,
I was so
20
used to being a
years.
wife. Like, I loved being married, you know, like I love being a wife. I love having like that one person I love coming home to and like venting all my to. And now it's like, yeah, you date people and like sparks fly and then it's just like, oh, I found better.
She believed a new beginning would.
So this is what we do as ladies, is that how she mentioned she would come home and vent to her husband about things, right? But the mistake that you do is take all of the flaws of this man that you could possibly find and take that to your girls. What are they going to do? Because they know what you want to hear and they're going off of your feelings. Like, well, I want to make her feel good. I want to make her feel better. Girl, you don't deserve that. You need somebody better. You need someone that's going to do this, that, and the third, blah, 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 all these things, but not giving you a reality check that, well, this is your husband of 20 years. One of the best things of advice I ever got after being married, and thankfully not listening to even my own mother's advice that, oh, maybe he's not the one for you after the first fight. Like, this is the very first fight. It's crazy. And I went to my mom to vent about it. Immediate response was, well, maybe, sweetie, this just isn't the guy for you. Thank you, Jesus. I didn't listen to that, you know? And my mom loves my husband to death now. But the whole thing is that why are they're giving you all the reasons why to leave. They're not giving you all the reasons to stay. And so one of the best things that I heard for advice was go to someone who's going to defend your partner, not you. Always, like, go to somebody who loves your husband. That way they're defending him, not defending you. Does that make sense? You need to go to someone go to his boys. What are his boys going to do? Well, men are different though. They're going to be like, well, is he being that way? Like, all right, I'll talk to him. I got you. Like, that's more how men are. But the thing is that if they love him, though, they're still not telling you to leave him. But what do women friends do? Leave him. You get somebody better. There's more for you out there. Like, all these delusional, crazy lies that where you throw 20 years away. That is so much time, so much of your life. Like, oh my gosh.
Comes only after the choice has already been made.
Was talking to my ex again, and there was a TikTok. I had a fan on here, a TikTok follower that messaged me, and she said, "Hey, I started talking to this guy, and I noticed on his Instagram, like those highlight reels,
Talking.
you were in one of his highlight reels, like you guys made a TikTok together." And I was like, oh yeah, that's my boyfriend, because we were like trying to work things out. It was long distance, whatever. And she's like, oh, well, we're talking. He said he was single. And I'm like, I'm not even crying about that. I think I'm just more sad about the fact that Like it's impossible. It's impossible to find someone that you will 100% trust. And part of it has to do with me too, because of my insecurities. But honestly, 99% of the time it's because they're cheating, you know, because it's so accessible. Social media, talking to other women. Why do I still have my
Why she saying cheating? Why she saying cheating?
What, that they're cheating?
Yeah, I think this is my thing. Is again, this is what I believe. I believe she left the relationship because why do women leave relationships? How do women leave relationships?
Yeah, we're not leaving a 20-year relationship unless you have a backup, someone's arms that you're falling into, or that you're hoping you get to fall into. Like, it's one of the two. Like, you have your eyes on somebody somewhere. Like, I can't imagine 20 years and being like, okay, I'm just gonna go be by myself now. I don't know. I think that majority of the time it's because there's a fallback. There's somebody's arms that you're wanting to be in or wanting to go run to, you know?
Yeah. Do you think that he felt like after she did that the first time that he could trust her? I don't think he felt like he could trust her. Therefore, he got to back up.
Yeah.
So now she's a sister wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Tough place to be, but I mean, you're trying to get back with him after you left him after 20 years. Yeah. So he's like, well, if you left me after 20 years, like, how much more of my life am I going to give you? And then you're going to throw it away again, you know? Like, I can't even imagine. But what's crazy is imagine on the flip side. My husband left me after 20 years just because of these little petty things and excuses of why I wasn't doing things when it's easy things that we can work out. And he just left. And we have built this life together of 20 years. Why is it different? Why is it change if it's on the other foot? No, it's all wrong on all aspects, because that's crazy. But men understand this. That's not men leaving women and divorcing women. No, it's the other way around. And because we're listening to these silly willy friends that we think are meaning the best for us, but really that's one less person they got to worry about as competition. Nah, shoot. Now I got her out of that marriage. Like, yeah, like, it's just one less competition for them, because now they know, and they know deeper down, but they know that, oh, well, now she's going to hit a point where no one's going to want her like that. Like, we all have that in us, but we don't tell each other the truth, that we do know that that's a thing that we fear, that we're worried about. That when you go and lay down on your pillow at night, you're like, wow, I'm alone. This was horrible. Like, oh man, there's a big storm coming. What do I do? Like, outside, like, oh man, I don't have a man around anymore. Like, this is kind of crazy. That's real. That's the truth. But we don't say that part of things. No, you're only given the advice on the other side that, oh, it's going to be sunshine and rainbows out there when you're single. It's going to be amazing. You're going to get all the dudes. Go have, like, what? There's no fulfillment in that. There's no security in that. There's nothing that is going to benefit you really from doing that. And then you throw away a 20-year marriage. That's what this type of advice is giving us. Like, let's be better friends. Men know how to be friends. We don't.
Seatbelt on.
Nobody expected this. And Chloe, someone who no longer needs it.
So I know everybody's heard all these crazy dating stories, and I haven't been on a date since I was with the last guy. And I'm like seriously considering never dating again. I see all these horror.
She's dating? That's grandma. What do you mean you're dating? Why are you? Okay.
Stories. It's the
she
kind of
literally
guys
is my
that,
mom's age or my grandma's
like
age.
me, or not the kind of guys I like. Just so much to it. And especially being in my 50s and not being skinny, it just is such a challenge that I don't even know if I want to bother anymore. I just don't know if I should just grow old by myself. I'm already old, but older. Sorry about my hair. But I don't know. I mean, what is your opinion on this dating situation? I don't find anybody that's really been happy or successful.
She's still focused on.
What were you? What were you doing for 50 years? That's half of 100. What are you doing for 50 years? But we need, this is what we don't have is this, because trust me, when you are being taught all the time of growing up about how to be as a woman, and you know, even with Christian parents trying to teach me right how to do things, but yet there were still underlying things that they didn't heal within themselves, so they still had that, well, men are bad, like, so you need to look out, and it's look out for yourself first, and this and that, but never telling me of where internally where I'm bad, like where I'm not a respectable woman, like, oh, you're going out and being with guys, like, but you have a future marriage that you got to protect, like, what is that? Like, that's so crazy to me that we look around at a society and we don't have standards as women, really. The hoes are the wives and the wives are the hoes. Like, there's no distinction. There's no in between, you know? And don't get me wrong, like, coming from a street hoe mindset and turning into a wife, looking around, I'm like, what? Like, wait, I'm confused. I thought that when you become a wife, that then you don't have to worry about these things, but it's crazy. Like, what really is happening is that you realize that, oh man, there's just no line anywhere. Like this, for example, you go to the grocery store and there's what would be a wife with her kids and stuff like that, but with the tightest booty pants on that you can't even help but look at as a woman. Like, imagine that though. But we don't consider that. We don't think of that. There's no line. There's no boundary. We don't have a little bit of shame against to women, like, hey, like, I wouldn't like it if my man looks at that, so maybe I don't do that. Maybe I don't dress that way. That's just out of respect, not only for yourself, but for men. Like, that's just what it is. Like, consider the following. Consider those things, you know?
Attention's a hell of a drug.
Oh, yeah. Especially for us ladies. We love attention. Attention is our drug. Attention is our... attention and control. Control is more the inner depth of it, but attention is what we get instantly, the feeling, like, of attention. You know what I mean? But control is the thing we really have an issue with, you know?
Single mother, and a lot of people write to me on here in the comments or even in the wild, and they will say that women, especially of my age, are still single because we have unreasonably high standards. And I don't think it's unreasonable, but I do think and know that our standards are quite high because we've been through enough to know what we want and what we don't want. However, speaking for myself and probably a lot of other people out there, maybe men and women, I'm done trying. I don't want to try.
She's searching for someone who checks every box, but relationships rarely work that way. High standards are under.
Hi.
It's real.
Had a first date this week with a guy who, same age as me. So we go out and we're sitting there. Everything seems to be going well. And then he proceeds to tell me that I am the oldest woman he's ever been on a date with. Wow. So what's the oldest woman you've ever been on a date with? 31, he says. 31. Okay. So,
girl, you better take it as a
you're
compliment
telling me
and get with that guy.
Doesn't think
What's he
you're a
doing
good
with you?
catch. It must be a really hard thing for you to admit to me, and I'm so glad you did. I really want you to know I appreciate your honesty. I don't think I'm going to hear from him again at all, and I'm okay with it.
Sometimes the hardest
No, you're
part of
not.
dating isn't hearing the truth.
Yeah, you're not okay with it at all, actually, because you had a reality check that, oh, dang, like, I'm the oldest that he's been with. And what was your oldest before me? 31. Girl, you should have held on to his ankles and been like, thank you so much for even considering me. Because what the freak are you doing at 50-something years old with no man?
She realized she was counted out. There's just no
Yeah.
Like there was no way that was ever gonna. And also, women at that age have an ego. So like, and so she was definitely gonna combat against it. But why? Okay, if a guy ain't whispering sweet nothings in your ear and he actually just being straightforward with you like that, he don't want nothing to do with you. Yeah. He don't want nothing to do with you. He ain't smoothed it over or nothing. He's like, you're wrinkled.
Yeah, you're the oldest chick I've been on a date with. Like, what am I doing here? That's true. But yeah, that's crazy. Like, I just think the root of a lot of this is listening to other women's advice of women that have ruined their lives themselves. Like, it's crazy seeing these grandmas trying to date when these are the women that we get advice from. What the heck? They are the elders that we look up to. We're screwed. Like, we got to become better elders for the next generation if we have any hope. That's the only way that this is going to work, that we can walk it backwards, because from one point of a generation forward, we're done. Like, we're cooked. Like, that's just what it is. So the best we can do is focus on us at this generation and below, and be better older women, of where you give them sound advice of hold yourself for marriage and hold yourself for marriage. It's just that, like, have restraint, have value within yourself other than just you're opening your legs. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, take some femininity classes so that you know
oh my goodness,
so that you know what men want. And
knowing, and also what's a big part of taking those femininity classes is realizing that, do you know how once you tap into understanding your femininity is what you're always have meant to be, that now all that pressure, all that weird stuff of wondering, what am I going to do for a career? What am I going to... No, you need to be worrying about your man. Where are you going to get your husband? When are you going to start having kids? That's what the reality is. They knew this stuff back in the day, but we lost that. It's completely gone. Like, why the heck I just think about myself as a teenager. Why the heck did I ever have to worry about what I was going to do as a career and go to college for? No, who's your husband going to be? And when are you going to get him? Because you need to start having these babies pretty soon, honey, because the sooner the better, because the recovery is a lot harder. Okay. Like, and that's just what it is. But we don't tell them these things because they didn't know. Look at this generation. This is my mother and grandmother's ages. Like, this is what we are listening to. These are the women giving this advice out to these younger people. Like, that's why we're so screwed. So guess what, ladies? Sorry, but we have to be the ones to change it. Like, that's it. Like, it's on us and our kids. So we got to do something about it. So, gentlemen, let me know in the comments if you think there's any chance that we can reverse this, at least the next generation. Like, does the next generation have any hopes that you've seen out there? Are they listening to any of this red pill, anything? Like, let me know.